Hi friend, I am Lee Keckner. Welcome to day number 27 of Relationships. It's your fault. Oh wait. Before we take the 3 grounding breaths, you will be asking me questions today. Any question you have about any relationship on the planet, I would welcome your question. After we do a little short chew and digest or recap, I'm going to take your questions and I would love, you can post them now or when you're ready. And feel bold and post your question because somebody out there might be going through the same thing. Well, actually, I'm sure that other people are going through the same thing. All right, we're going to breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. In through our nose and out through our mouth. In through our nose and out through our mouth. All right, we're going to do a little digest and chew, recapping a few things that we have already talked about. I saw a quote this morning from Rumi: raise your words, not your voice. It is rain that grows flowers, not thunder. Something to chew on, to not raise your voice, but we want to water the flowers in our heart and other people's hearts. So, all right, in this section so far, we've talked about silent listening, and silent listening is maybe the biggest gift you can give another human being. It means that not only are you listening, but you're connecting, for me, you're connecting your mind to your heart. So you're listening with the ears of your heart. So as people are speaking, you're looking in their eyes, you're holding space, you're listening, right? And you're focusing on what they're saying and you're really hearing them. And then if it feels right and you have something, you can respond with it. So often when we listen going, I don't believe in this. This is the same view as me. I'm pissed off. My blood pressure's getting high. I'm going to fight with this person. I'm going to walk away. What should I do? I'm not, right? If they say something that you don't believe, or if they're talking and you're kind of like, gosh, I'm a little bit nervous. What am I going to say? What I got to do? And then you say what you're going to say, almost just like spitting it out after, as opposed to practicing the art of listening. And if you think about silent listening, not only is your pie hole shut, but your mind is calm so you can be present with the person. That's the biggest gift you can give another person, is silent listening. Ownership is something that I love. It's owning our shit. And that's what this whole thing is about. It's your fault. Oh, wait. All the work we are here to do is within us. Everything that happens in our world is a reflection of what's going on within us. So ownership means instead of pointing the finger at another person when you get triggered or pissed, or you take a pause and you come back to yourself and you see where you're hurting, you see what's triggered, and you go in and do that work. Instead of saying, because of you, I am blah, blah, blah. Because of you, I am. Nobody can make us feel any way. The only thing that we have control on the planet is how we respond to any situation. So, triggered, go within and do the work inside of you so you can avoid being triggered, or you can start to diminish that feeling until it's gone because you've done your work on you. Partner with power. Woo! We have the greatest power in the universe and all of everything at our fingertips to partner with us, to walk with, to support us, to go arm in arm with us. And I use that description of saying, Lee, we're going to give you a football going 100 yards down the football field, and people are going to come at you fast and hard, and you might get knocked to the ground and you could get hurt, and I don't know how long it's going to, or we could give you the greatest linebacker of all time. I always say linebacker. I don't even know what linebacker blocks on offense. A defensive tackle will be in front of you and will block you, and as the obstacles come, they might touch you or bump you. No one's going to knock you off your ass because you are powered with the greatest power on the planet. That power resides within us. And so I say, so often we say, God, will you help me, when we're down and out? But now I say, hey, God, I partner with you when I walk into this meeting. God, be with me on this phone call. God, let me be my best self, and I am when I'm connected to who I truly am, which is my power within, which is linked directly to God. So power with partner in everything that you do, PP. And then the other thing we talked about was seeing the good, that each and every person has evil, crazy seeds that, if it's watered just right, could grow and lead to murder. Right? Sometimes people freak out and commit a murder even though it doesn't seem in character for them. We all have every single possible seed in us that everyone else on the planet has as well. So it's good to know that even if someone's acting crappy, at the core of them is love. At the core of them is this energy that we're all connected to. At the core of them, we are connected. Every single person on the planet. So allow yourself to quiet your judging mind, your insecure mind that wants to start spinning stories about what's happening and about other people and about what you think of them to try and make yourself feel better. Your ego will just beat the hell out of you. So with seeing the good, it's taking a breath regardless of how someone's showing up, looking them in the eye and allowing your mind to know in there is beauty, in there is God, and in there is love. Allow yourself to see the good in every other person. And as you do, you will experience the good in yourself as well. So that's a little freaking treat. So that's the recap of so far of the things that we've touched on in this section. And what I would like to ask now of you guys is if you have any questions, any dilemma, any stuck place, any upset, even if you want to share something joyous too to uplift in a relationship, work, family, parent, child, sibling, lover, barista, the guy at the laundromat, I don't know, whatever it is. I'm going to just have a quick peek here. I really needed to hear this. People have been challenging. Oh, people have been challenging you. I hear you, Kate. People have been challenging you. Oh, gosh. When you feel challenged, it's so good to remember that inside of you is a powerhouse, right? And you're challenging your limiting beliefs and your perception of what's happening. So think about, they're challenging me, which means inside of me, I am feeling challenged. Where does that exist inside of my body? What is it telling me? When have I felt that before? And also with the challenging people, once again, to look at them with loving and gratitude because they're there to teach you something. Everyone's teaching us something. Every interaction with another human being is sacred. No one's going to knock me down. God is walking with me. It's always walking. That's right. Hello. Yes, it is always there, but it's kind of like having the greatest assistant or having whatever. If you don't consciously say, partner with me, I need you, and you merge together with that person and communicate, then that's just a power that's waiting for you, right? So that power is in there, dormant, never leaving us. We can't escape it, but we can tap into it with our power. And I describe it like this when I partner with power. Sometimes when I do these things come out of my pie hole that I've never even thought before. I'm like, where the hell did that come from? I got to go back and watch that. I like that tip. But because I'm allowing myself to partner with God to share things that need to be heard as opposed to what my human brain thinks. That's usually kind of sucks and gets me in trouble. Hi, sweet Jackie and Tim. Love the Star Power Necklace. Oh, thank you. I wrote a blog about doing a meditation and going to the stars, and I was so moved by the experience I had. I realized that we all have star power. We have the power of the universe inside of us, and I experienced a blip of that, and I made this necklace because of that. So I'm going to look and see if there are any relationship questions, if anyone has one, because that's what I want to do, a question and answer today. Hi, Rosalind. Nice to be here, Angela. Things always happen for a reason. Damn straight. Sometimes takes a while to get through the gunk and find the answer or the reason. Hi, everyone. Kayan Jair, you are in Africa. Do you have a question about relationships, about a romantic relationship you have or one that you want? Let me know. Send me a note. Hi, Brad. We are all connected. I really needed to hear this. Oops. Looks like I tell everyone I meet, I'm so glad to see you today. Had on old. Say thank you for being in my life today. Tim Gillette. Hi, Tim. I just met Tim at the Rockstar conference, this thing I went to, this media marketing, Rockstar Media Marketing. Hi, Tim. Hi, Monica. I've been realizing I've been triggered by special people to help me go after my purpose. Yeah. Okay, we've got a question here. I have an issue with a coworker who went off on a tangent about racism on Facebook. After hours, I hate how I cannot see the actual questions on here. So let me just pull up my page real quick. Sorry, Tammy. You might have to put the other part in a separate post because all I can see is after work hours. Here's something that I can say. Let me see if I can find what you said on my Facebook page. But here's what I can talk to about that right now, Tammy. Yeah, it's not showing up right now. So Tammy, I don't see the rest of it, but I want to tell you this. the beautiful thing is we all have different beliefs, and most of them come from the way we were raised, and most of us are just sleepwalking and carrying on what our family has always thought about everything, right? And occasionally something wakes up and changes our heart. So what I have found is allowing people, now racism is a different thing, so I'll talk on that in a moment, allowing people to say whatever the hell they want to say, not beating someone up or being racist, but politically. I allow people to say whatever they want to politically with no judgment because they should be able to. And we should not all agree about everything, and we shouldn't all need everyone to think exactly the way we do. Do you know that when we do that, when that is done, that is literally when wars break out. That is literally when people kill each other because they're so married to a thought in their head that they would die for it. You know, and it's like, all right. But let's I think that's what's happening right now, especially with such division and political stuff. It's like allowing people to say their part by silent listening, realizing what it means to you and how it makes you feel, and then doing an action of love or doing something powerful to make a difference, supporting what you want. The minute we start bagging at somebody else because we think they are bullshit or they're low energy or they're this or they're that, we match them, right? So if Trump's angry and mad and then you're angry and mad, you guys are on the same equal energy field, which is way down here. So allowing people to say what they want. I'll have to tell you anything about racism and stuff, if it was after hours and not to your face, I mean, you could say, I saw that and it really hurt me because we're all brothers and sisters and why would you target someone to be mean to? Or you can unfriend them on Facebook. So you no longer have to see their personal opinions of other human beings. And at work, if they ever cross the line, you can just say, hey, I need to set a boundary with you. I will not allow racism in my vicinity. I will not listen to it. I will not tolerate it. So you can take your pie hole out of the office if you want to do that. And I've unfriended you on Facebook because I choose no longer to suffer what other people are doing. And it's too hard for me to listen to that. And I'm sending you love, because anytime we talk shit about somebody else, we're hurting, right? Good, nice, kind people don't treat other people like shit. So send the person love who is being racist, set the boundary at work that they're not allowed to bring that into work, and unfriend them on any social media format that is hurting your body when you see it. All right, let's see. The person was accusing people at work are racist because we didn't agree with his rant. It sounds like that person at work, Tammy's struggling. Send them love. I wouldn't even engage with that person. And if you do, it's in a loving way, but it's very neutral. Don't engage with crazy. Don't engage with spinning because you're going to get sucked in and start spinning too, trying to defend. Haven't been in a relationship, but I'm sure in looking for one and hope to use these words will help me. I love Kai and Jair, that you are not in a relationship and you're watching this program because it's going to better prepare you with tools to have a successful one when it comes. So I acknowledge you for that. Here's what I say to people who are not in a relationship but want one. A, the most important work we're here to do is within us. So to be doing your personal work, your personal healing, your ownership of who you are. And then what I like to do was I said a prayer for the partner that I wanted. I prayed to God after I got super tired of partying hard and running amok. I just told God what I wanted. I got on my knees and I said, I want a funny guy, a smart guy, a kind-hearted guy, a guy who's smarter than me so he could teach me some stuff. And I'd like him to be tall. And when I meet him, say this is him so I don't get drunk and chase him away like I was doing back in the day. And all of those things were answered. And when I met him, I knew it was him because I had asked specifically and it showed up. And I was like, holy Toledo, my prayers were answered and I've been with them for 20 years. So another thing I did was I started praying for my husband before I met him because I knew he was born. I knew he was out there. I knew he was going through stuff and I wasn't there to be with him, to hold him, to comfort him, to help him, to guide him, to love him. So I asked God, would you do this for me? Would you go to my partner today and surround my partner with love? Will you walk with my partner today? Will you, and I just would pray for my partner every day. Instead of longing for him, I was proactive, knowing he was coming, standing firm he was coming, and praying for him. So I was actively taking care of myself and my partner before I ever even met him. So there's such proactive, and then of course there's so many other things, to put yourself out there, to let people know your intention, to let your friends and others know what you're looking for so people can assist you. And proclaim it loud to the universe what you want and what you're ready for, so as well the universe can support and conspire to make it happen. I'm happy you're here. Okay, let's see if there's something else here. Your energy is explosively. What steps would you take to start distancing yourself from relationships? Heather, your energy, oh good. What steps could we take to discuss distancing yourself from relationships that aren't working anymore or that you've outgrown? I love when I outgrow a relationship because it reminds me how I'm evolving. I had a girl that I partied with hard and did drugs with and gossiped and ran wild with. And then I remember as I started healing and evolving, I was like kind of looking down going, oh, I don't want to go down there anymore. And sometimes as you keep moving forward and you're just loving, they fray away on their own. You don't have to do anything to end it. It's organic. But if there's something that's toxic and weighing you down, I did this one time when I was starting to evolve, and I told my friend, you know, all we do is gossip about people and talk bad about things, and I'm trying to cut positivity out of my life. So would you humor me on my journey and no longer talk bad about people in front of me? And that person was like, screw you, and left, and we were no longer friends. But that was the organic way it was supposed to end. I spoke my truth and it was no longer a fit. Or they said, yeah, and then they kept doing it, and I'd have to remind them, and then the relationship switched and we no longer talk bad about them. So it's knowing what you need, voicing it in a clear way or not. And also partner with power, include God in all of those situations too, because it's too hard with our human brain to figure everything out. And relationships that you outgrown will organically crumble. And if you're in one and actively participating, quit doing your part, right? Because you're 100% or 50 at least created the dynamic with the other person. So, wow, I created this, having ownership. I created this dynamic with you. I choose to no longer do it. How can I show up differently to no longer play my part? Usually when you do that, things shift. The other person kind of steps up, or they say, screw you, I'm out of here. And that's the way it's supposed to go. Let me see if there's any other questions that I see. Hi, Monica and Randy. I'm taking questions. Hi, Skippy, if you have any relationship questions. Skippy is single, and I just did some stuff about being single and praying for your partner because your partner is out there. Is there another question? Should I be freaked out that my 25-year-old daughter is dating a 40-year-old man? That's an interesting question. My mind, human gut thing is, wow, that's a big spread. I think I might be kind of freaked out. And then the other part of me said, freaked out for what? Freak out does not help our bodies. Freak out is kind of like stress, right? It's just destructive and a toxic energy. So what I would say to you, Tammy, is having an authentic conversation with your daughter, which starts out with, I love you so much. You are so important to me. I have some concerns about you dating a 40-year-old guy. Could we talk about it a little bit? Because I would love to put my mind at ease. I kind of want to hear what you're thinking, what you like about him, what your hopes are for him. Just have a really authentic new person dating that you might do with anybody that she dated. Dialogue and hear her side and listen with the ears of your heart, silent listening. And don't spin and think about your thoughts. Listen to her and hear how he lights her up or makes her feel or is excited, you know, and anytime that we kind of put the kibosh on a relationship, it's fuel for it to keep going or for them to be angry with you and blame you. So it's kind of like she is an adult woman legally, and he's obviously an adult man. So just saying, tell me about your relationship and listening with an open heart. I think that's the best thing. Start a dialogue about it. And if you feel like in that thing you want to say, I just, as your mother, have some concerns because that's a pretty big spread, and you can say that. But I think if we say anything in a foundation of love, it is right on target. And I think it's sweet that you care about it. Hi, Tracy Pfeiffer. Anybody else have any questions? Elizabeth, Randy. Monica Devins, I don't think I've seen you before. Hi. Do you have a question, Skippy? See if there's anyone else. It looks like that might be it, my beautiful friends. I'll scroll one more time at the bottom. Voila, yeah, I don't see any more questions. Yeah, all right, so I wrote down another quote. Love may be blind, but marriage is a real eye-opener. Am I right? And the other thing, you guys, if you have any questions about I picked my nose accidentally. Sorry. If you have any questions about anything else or you want to talk to me, I do a free like 50-minute session if you want to go on my website and sign up to chat with me about anything, or if you feel too vulnerable to put it on here. My quote for today is, all relationships go through hell. Strong ones come out the other end. And when I say strong, I'm meaning here. You're strong here, right? Because this is what's going to carry us through, not this or our pie hole. Dear God, thank you for our constant relationships. Thank you for every single person that shows up throughout the day. Open our mind and heart so that we may see what they are here to teach us, to show us, to love us, to trigger us. Be with us today as we start a new week, that we may be strong in our hearts. Special blessing to everyone who's watching the video, and a special blessing out to the world. Amen. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I will see you tomorrow on day number 28. Yay!